Hey everyone, and happy late Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're all doing good. And I'm sitting here in our rental house in the living room, and I just realized that Doug and Stacy had put up another video, and to elaborate further on this whole situation with OUR, Operation Underground Railroad. About a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago or so, Omega Kingdom Ministry was very much pointing out, on the YouTube thing and everything, and on the Omega Kingdom Ministry TV scenario, in support of to come against the pedophiles and to save the children and everything, and that has been awesome. But it also brought up this whole scenario with Tim Ballard, and that was, I'd rather say, almost 2 years ago. And I was concerned personally that Omega Kingdom Ministry, better said, I did some research on my own. Nobody told me to do it. And I discovered that this thing with Tim Ballard everything was out there in Utah, and that the Attorney General was doing a massive investigation with this guy, and he has been under investigation for almost 2 years. Now we also know that Tim Ballard was formerly involved with the CIA. Anything to do with the CIA that we now know is almost criminal. And they're of the deep state. So is the FBI, and so is almost every attorney general, in a sense, also, that I haven't seen anything that's really positive in our judicial system. In particular, in the past year, i.e. Kerry Lake with the whole Arizona governmental scenario, and that's a whole nother story. But again, the drug cartel, the Mexican cartel, is very prominent there in Arizona from the research that I've also looked into. So here, Doug, going back to Doug's comments here, he is making the comments with documented proof that there is BlackRock and Clintons and this drug lord, this Mexican dude. He goes into it here, and I'll say no more at the moment. Just listen to this, okay? If you can see on this, I had a question that I actually asked Ida, because this film has now grossed over, from my understanding, over $100 million and continues to grow. And of course, we're all thinking that's wonderful. So my question is, where is all of that money going to? And here you go. Listen to this.
Initiative to conduct human trafficking and child exploitation domestically, to combat human traffic and child exploitation domestically and internationally. In sum, the Davis County Attorney's Office says and believes that the decision to pursue the charges against OUR or any individual associated with the OUR is prudent. All right, so that doesn't sound like, oh, they're just fine. We looked into it and everything's fine. That's not what that looks like. That looks like, hey, I'm getting some pressure. I can't get the other witnesses to help me out, and I'm just going to let it go. That's what it sounds like to me. But you guys draw your own conclusions, okay? So we got that out of the way. The Fox story was real. The investigation was dropped right before the media rollout. Nobody hardly knew it was even an investigation going on. Raise your hand again. Right, that's what I thought. Now, then we talked about the Carlos Slim family, okay? Somebody said, well, it wasn't Carlos Slim, it was just the family. Familia. You guys don't understand about the Mexicans in Spanish, I guess, because American families are garbage. Yeah, I said it. American families do not stick together. American families are being tore apart by the machine every day, every hour, every second. They've been bashing on your kids for 2.5, almost 3 years, telling them to change their sex. They can go at 10 years old into school, tell the teacher they want to do it, and they're going to X you out of their life and do it. I mean, how much do you guys need? Seriously. So the Carlos Slim family is involved in this stuff. stuff, okay? The Carlos Slim family, supposedly one of the biggest notorious mafia, trafficking, crazy stuff, whatever. I showed the video clip. I tried to give you guys all the information. Here's what someone sent for me to read and for your viewing pleasure. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, named 52-year-old Marcos Antonio Slim Dammit. I guess I got to have a lot of names to kind of throw you off of the trail there a little bit. Billionaire son of Mexico's wealthiest and arguably most corrupt man, Carlos Slim, to BlackRock's board. His brother, Carlos Slim Dammit, the eldest son, was co-chair of the World Economic Forum, Latin America, in 2015, and currently serves as the chairman of the board of American Mobile, where BlackRock is a major investor. Another brother, Patrick Slim Dammit, is one of the producers of Sound of Freedom. So the point of my video yesterday, I'm not going to try to make this a long one, but the point was, I would never go to anybody that has blood money. Like I would, there's so many good Christian rich folks that you could go to get funding for this video. Why do we end up with a Mexican cartel guy putting money and interesting stuff into this film? Also, I revealed that the Clinton Foundation was being linked for the money, the Podesta Foundations, you know, all these agencies that we know are not good for anybody. And I'm not for sure 100%. I tried to look it up on Angel Studios. I think they've actually removed it since all this information's been coming out. So that's suspect as well, okay? I also revealed that he is, at the end of that video, that he knows like Henry Kissinger, right? That's public enemy number one. Henry Kissinger, control the food, control the people. Henry Kissinger taught Klaus. If you guys know anything about this stuff, the Klaus is the guy who says you're going to own nothing and be happy. I would never do anything with that guy either. And if you go to the Afghan Foundation, you're going to see a lot of creepy people involved with that foundation. And it was Dianne Feinstein, not Barbara Feinstein. Sometimes I might make a little mistake. I'm out here talking. I got no scripts, no teleprompters. I grab my information and I give it to you as raw as possible because I'm just like you. Okay? That's all, man. I don't script these videos. I don't sit around thinking about them all the time. I pick up a camera and then I'll go talk about something that's on my mind, or I'll take you around the farm, give you some tips and tricks. But there's never an agenda here. There's never a sit down. I don't sit down. Some of these YouTubers sit down with whiteboards and they have their whole little scenes and sketches pinned out and everything. That's not how we do it here. We give it to you raw. We give it to you real. Okay, so now you got the information about Carlos Slim again. And Kissinger and Gates and the Hillary Clinton Foundation, okay? So the information is correct. Tim Ballard was under investigation. OUR under investigation. Investigation dropped, I feel, because it was from some pressure. They have a large war chest now that can help shut people up, okay? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's still kind of suspect. Just because they dropped it does not mean anything. And that does not sound like a, hey, we got it all wrong. That sounds like a, we're going to let it go for now. That's what it sounds like to me. And to say that anybody that is against this film agrees with pedophilia or human trafficking is a garbage joke of an argument, okay? And shame on you for trying to present that argument. Again, you are being programmed daily to dismiss information. Your job is not to dismiss it until you drill down on it, okay? You are presented now with, one-way thinking, just like COVID, okay? This is just like COVID. Go read the comments in the video yesterday. They are just jumping on me. It's like a public mobbing in there when all I'm trying to do is bring awareness. Again, I stand behind my video. I cannot support Sound of Freedom or OUR. Period. Full stop. Too many red flags. And there are a lot of organizations out there that do this work without sensationalizing victims for money. Okay? That's what it's all about. Now, you guys go do your homework. Go look at the financials for OUR. It's public and on the internet. I was going to show it to you, but I'm not trying to drag them through the weeds. All I'm trying to do is say, hey, the cause is awesome. The vehicle has stinky fish smells all over it, okay? And there's just a lot of other stuff, too, that's not, it's just not right? That's all I'm trying to do. I might just save you some money. What if a couple of years from now you find out that this is all true and you gave him your money? There are people that have donated money and they wish they would have known up front about the stuff that I posted in the last video, okay? And this isn't the only investigation to disappear right before the release, the media hype release of The Sound of Freedom. I just want you to be aware of that. Okay? And I'm trying to find some more information, but I'm pretty much going to let this dead dog lie right now. All right? Pretty much.
Okay. So Doug is going to let this die because he's got like, what, 1.16 million subscribers now on their channel. He does have a voice in the homesteading community, and I've been a follower of him for several years, actually, even well before my involvement with OKM and the like. So I do have great respect for him, and I have respect for his beliefs and decisions, and he does bring up a very good point, and he sort of answered my question that I was asking actually Ida about, where's all that money going to? Because what if? That's another question. What if some of the points that he brought up is right on the mark? You've gone to see the movie. You have put your monies involved in it. Maybe you've even donated to the OUR with whatever. And what if? And then I guess the other question could be, what if it's not? You know? So yeah, we're being played, everyone. They're using our straw man. You know, we're the guinea pigs, the subjects of the deep state. Well, that's what it has been in the past, but no longer, because we are now awakened and we can see through this yuck. And we don't need to be giving our money, and we don't need to be deceived. And the reason why I'm posting this once again is because I want us to have a second look at this with the Sound of Freedom and to make sure that we're not being played again like many were during the hype of the COVID-19. And now look with what we have discovered about all of that garbage. So anyway, God bless you all. See you tonight at the Ecclesia. And if you want to make other comments, we can chat about it tonight. And take care. See you at 7 o'clock tonight, okay? Bye-bye.